All right, hey, what's up guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the evolution of our schemes, how we've been able to change in the last 12 or 15 years, or at least the changes we've made since I've been doing YouTube videos and why we were able to make those changes. Make sure you check out some of our partners, GameStrat, sideline replay company we use at the high school I'm currently at. Every high school I've been at the last 6 years, we've used GameStrat. Highly reliable, highly affordable. Great customer service, never had an issue with their technology. Make sure you check them out. Dome Hats, a headwear sponsor, Bishop Kenny High School. When I was at Orange Park High School, Ridgeview High School, Baker County High School, every high school I've ever been at, we've been Dome Hats. Play Fast Football is Dome Hats. Here's one of our Kenny established 1952 snapback hats, completely customizable, great styles. You design your own hat. Let's get Dome Hats on every sideline in America next year because stock hats suck. Baker Sports Company we use for spirit packs, items like this, our coaching items, our sideline gear items, spirit packs for our players, fan gear, all of our sideline, everything we wear coaching wise comes from Baker. So make sure you check out Baker Sports, big in the baseball world, not just football. So check them out. All right, Brandtek, company that does everything from custom sublimation. They made me custom Play Fast sneakers, pullovers. They also have sports drinks. They also have disinfectants for your locker room, for your weight room, right? Get rid of staph, MRSA, all the things that are a problem when you're dealing with team sports and uniforms and equipment. So they do everything. The Swiss Army knife of companies. Make sure you check out Brandtek. Modern Football, real-time, in-game analytics help you become a better coach. Don't wait till halftime to make that critical adjustment. You get it on the sideline, drive by drive, play by play. You can see what they're doing, what you're doing, what you're calling, what they're calling. You don't have to wait to tally all the information. It goes directly in, saves you a ton of time. It's being used in college, being used in CFL, major high school programs across the country. Make sure you check out Modern Football. FlyRoute Drones, the best angle to teach is from a drone, and FlyRoute Drones is the #1 drone for athletics company in the nation. Everything I do teaching-wise comes from a drone angle. You don't have to worry about the end zone shot being, excuse me, too far. You got to zoom in. How high is it? Do we need to lower it? Do we need to raise it? Flying a drone, get it right where you want it, get it over the top of what you're doing, a little bit further back. You can adjust the angle. It's everything you want, everything you need to teach. I would never go a practice or a summer session 7-on-7 without a drone copy or a drone angle. Go to their website, flyroute.com. Use promo code PLAYFAST, get 20% off your pilot certification. DifferenceUSA, ultimate striking machine, thousands of reps without needing a partner. They hook up right to the racks in your weight room currently right now, so you can do them in season, off season. You can do it wherever you want, inside, don't need a partner. If you want to strike violently, you got to practice striking violently. Do it with DifferenceUSA. So for those of you that are subscribers or fans of the site, you'll realize that over the 10 or 11 years that I have been doing these Play Fast videos, you've seen probably 4 different defensive schemes or evolutions over the course of that time. The reason for that is in high school, our talent changes all the time. Our roster changes all the time, right? We're not out there, recruiting players. It's not college. We're not trying to get players to fit into the scheme we want, right? We're not out there looking for jack linebackers that are a certain height, weight, speed, skill set. We're not looking for Sams or nickels. We're not looking for noses or defensive ends. We are taking our roster and we're trying to win games with the roster that we've had, right? So when these videos first started, about 11 years ago, whenever it was, when we were doing them at my original high school that I was a head coach at, we were a 4-2-5 team, right? The big key for us is we've always been quarters, toolbox, split field coverage. And for me, the evolution of the things we've done schematically have all come because we've never, ever changed the back end of how we do things. So when we were a 4-2-5 team, if it was 2x2, all right, we would set the 3 technique where we wanted them to the back, away from the back, to the field, to the boundary, right? We would have 2 overhangs. We would be playing our typical palms or 2 read, right? That's day 1 stuff, easy. All right, everybody understands that stuff. That's how we started. If you went 2 back, okay, if you went 2 back, we would slide the will into the box and we would play our 4-2 box stuff. All right, and then on the weak side, we would play our single side menu over here, right? So we might sky the safety, we might cloud the corner, we might play a version of cone, all right, over there. All the things we want to do to the single side, we remain the same to the 2 receiver side. If we got 3x1, for us, the way we handle it, all right, again, camp rules, day 1, we play what most people call stubby. We call it mix, right? So we would play the corner on number 1. We would take our nickel, and our, for us, I play left and right safeties. I don't play free safety, weak safety. That's just something we do. We create hybrid players so that we can handle shift trades and motions. All right, we would kick the mic, all right, leave the wheel, backside, all right. We'd have our single side menu that we could play, all right, because we knew that we were going to handle the trips to the front side with the nickel and the front side safety. We didn't need to borrow a backside safety, so we knew that we could handle the single side however we want, okay. A couple years after that, at a different school that I went to, we had to become a 3-3 stack team, all right. And for us, and this is one of the reasons that I'm doing this video, when we became a 3-3 stack team, we played the same exact coverages, all right. So we went and we became a 3-3 stack team, and we played with 2-5 technique ends, all right. We had our nickel to the passing strength, so when to the passing strength we didn't have to do anything. To the away side, we would walk one of the stack backers out a little bit, okay. We would walk one of the stack backers out a little bit, so we were 2-read to both sides. So the nickel can go to one side, one of the stack backers has to remove himself to the other side so that we can play 2-read. So the box changed a little bit with the 3-3 stack so that we could fit our personnel and we could play the guys we needed to play. But the coverage end of it on the back end never changed, right? That's how you can evolve your schemes, because we're never making dramatic coverage adjustments. Okay, so one of the things that we did a little bit differently than or two things probably. Number one, we played 3-3 stack with split field. We did not play one high. Number two, we tied the reads of our defensive ends, our nose, our mic, our stacks. We tied those players together and we fit B gap, C gap with the end and the will, and we had a simple read system on how the tackle was going to block and how we were going to play those two gaps. And then we tied the mic to the nose. Some years we moved the nose, some years we lagged the nose. But we basically handled the 6 interior gaps with those 6 guys in the box, right? Same deal for us. If you gave us 2 back, now we gave you a true 3-3 box. Right, so if you gave us 2 back, we gave you a true stack box, and now again on this side we played our menu. All right, on this side we played palms, sometimes we played quarters, sometimes we played some type of matching man, sometimes we played cover 2, depending on the game plan, right? But our behind what we were doing, our coverages never changed. That's why we were able to change. The box changed, how we fit runs changed a little bit. We still had 6 in the box, or we tried to keep a 6-man box. How we were reading keys and how we were fitting runs changed from the 4-2-5, but the back end never changed. All right, and again, if you gave us 3-by-1, in that world, if you gave us 3-by-1, we handled it the same way. Right, so we would play our corner man. Our nickel would come out here to play the 2-read, or if you want to call it, stubby. And then our left safety would do that. To the backside, we were able to play all of our menu deals, and then we would just kick the stack backer out a little bit. He had the open B gap to fall into, and we would leave a very similar box. All right, we were more of a 5-man box than a 6-man box, but we were playing our version of stubby coverage, what we call mix, and the backside was still able to play their single side menu. All right. Fast forward to a couple years ago when I take the job at the current school that I'm at, and we became a tight 3-high team. All right, kind of like your Iowa State stuff. We became a tight 3-high team, so we played tight front, 4 eyes to both sides. All right, we played a nickel, Mike, and a will, so we gave you a 3-1 box versus 2-by-2 stuff, and then we tied a middle safety off of number 3 or off a tailback. And again, the key to all this, and the reason I'm doing this video, I've talked to a couple guys about making some changes, wrinkling some things. The back end never changed one time. Split field coverage rules, quarters-based toolbox. What did we do when we went 3-high? The mic in coverage was assumed by the middle safety. So we played everything the same. We've got an overhang to each side. We're playing 2-read to each side like we always did. The middle safety now takes the job of the mic. He's the guy that plays 3 vertical. He's the guy that pushes. If the back were to push here, all right, the middle safety is now the guy that ends up pushing to match the new route coming in. The mic became a spy. All right. So if you gave us 2 back, all right, if you gave us 2 back and you took one of these guys and you bumped them back in the backfield, then we became a 3-2 box. All right, so we became a 3-2 box. The backside was where our menu was, same way it always was. The front side stayed palms, quarters, man, cover 2, whatever we wanted to do, and then the middle safety was tied to number 3, and that's how we got our extra fitter. So if we walked our safety down to the single side and we had an overhang to each side and a 5-man box, that was the extra guy, right? So we had a 5-man box, there's 6, there's 7. That's the guy that makes number 8. Okay, so when we changed to tight 3 high, we still played all the same versions of coverage behind it. I have not drawn up a new version of coverage on the back end yet, even though I've drawn up different boxes. If you gave us 3x1 in that world, we handled it the exact same way. So if you gave us 3x1, okay, for us, the nickel stayed inside of 3, the corner played 1. All right, now the left safety for us and the middle safety were the guys that were playing the stubby coverage there, and the right safety on the back side was the guy that played his menu deals. So we gave you a 3-2 box with the nickel as an overhang inside of 3. We always had the ability to either cloud it, sky it, cone it, whatever you wanted to do back there, and then we always handled the trip side the same way with the same base coverage, day 1 camp rules. So the first 3 evolutions of the scheme for us were always the same coverages, the 2x2, 2x1, 3x1. Nothing ever changed. We didn't do anything different. Our read keys, our fits, those things changed a little bit. Our box looks changed a little bit, but the coverage behind it was the one thing that always stayed the same. And that's why we were constantly able to evolve and adapt our scheme to the players that we had, because everything on the back end stayed consistent. Now, this past year, all right, which we made it to the regional final, 3 rounds deep, 1-2 playoff games, 1-9 football games. This past year, we became a true 3-4 team. All right, and camp rules, what we did, it was we played tight front. All right, so we stayed with our tight front stuff. So to 2x2, we still stayed with a 3-2 box. When we were 3 high, it was a 3-1 box, right? Now in the 2x2 world, it was a 3-2 box. We had a nickel on one side, a jack linebacker on the other, okay? And if you gave us 2x2, our camp rules told us that we were going to start playing palms on one side and palms on the other. So now as we evolve to a 3-4, we still never changed the back end. The back end from day 1 camp rules started with the same coverages. If you gave us 2x2, we started with palms on each side. As soon as you gave us a single and you put somebody in the backfield or to the other side, we tied the jack to the rush and we became a mint front team, right? So this is what most people would refer to as mint front. It's tight front, all right, with the jack as the 4th rusher weak. Okay, or some guys would look at it as you're playing tight front from your sub package. A lot of guys in their nickel package would be how they call mint from their mini package, tight front from their mini package, right? And that's how they came up with mint. So for us, it's tight front with the jack as the 4th rusher weak. So what did that allow us to do? It allowed us to play the same single side menu that we've always played back there, and it allowed us to play the same front side coverages that we always played over here. Okay, now, the biggest of all those schemes, the biggest change for us was now in this world when we got 3x1, we had to borrow the backside safety. The first 3 evolution of schemes that I drew up, 4-2-5, 3-3, tight 3 high, we never borrowed the backside safety to trips in our day 1 camp installation. This was the first time that we had to start taking the backside safety and pulling them over to play poach. And that was simply because of the personnel on the field, right? So we went to this group because we had to get certain guys on the field, all right? We started with all our base deals, all our base coverages, but 3x1 became an evolution for us that we had to make different adjustments and we had to adapt to because of the group that was on the field. This for us was a true Sam linebacker. I didn't want him out there playing 2 read like I used to with my other guys. It wasn't a 3 safety system, it was a 2 safety system. So now we would have to borrow the backside safety to poach, all right, on the front side of that. All right, so there were times where maybe we played palms poach, there were times where we rolled it down, we kicked it that way, and we played more of a hard cover 2 deal, all right, and he poached 3 vertical, right? So for us, in the 12 years that I've been doing all these YouTube videos, and the 3 schools that I've been at in those, or 4 schools that I've been at in those 12 years now, the defense has changed and it has evolved and it has adapted to fit what we see, the kids we have, it changes year to year. It changed here. I've been a defense coordinator at this school for 3 years, and year 3 it changed from tight 3 high to true 3-4 mid front 2 safety defense, because it had to, because of the players that we had. The one thing that's always stayed the same is the back end. If you can keep carryover on offense or defense, special teams, whatever it may be, you can wrinkle your schemes, you can evolve and adapt your schemes if there's carryover. Anytime there's something brand new, if I wanted to make this change and all of a sudden become a 1 high rip list match team, that to me is tough. Tougher to do. Can you get it done? Of course you can. Anything is doable, anything is feasible. For us though, the carryover was always split field coverage, quarters toolbox. Year to year, we always started there, and then we adapted the box look and how we fit runs around all that, right? We still had same structure of support to single side. We still had same structure of support and rules to the 2 read side. We still fit runs the same. We had the same force players. We had the same reads if they block the nickel or the overhang, what the safety has to do. None of that ever changed. So we were able to, develop and keep carryover from scheme to scheme to scheme as we tweaked it each time. Okay, so if you're thinking about making scheme adjustments, see if you can find carryover. Make sure it's not a complete overhaul. This is the way we've done it in the 11 years I've been doing YouTube videos. So now if you've been following or subscribing to these videos, you've seen me do it 4-2-5. You've seen me do it 3-3 stack. You've seen me do it tight 3 high. You've seen me do it 3-4 mint stuff. Why? I have to. I have to be able to win football games with the players that I have. I can't say that they're going to fit into 4-2-5 or tight 3 high or 3-3 stack. I can't say they fit there every year, because high school, the talent fluctuates. Kids graduate, kids leave, kids move. You've got to play the best guys on your roster and put them in the best spot to win games. So I hope this video helps you guys out, how we evolved our scheme. Hopefully it helps you if you need to evolve your scheme. Remember, click that subscribe button. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down if you like the video or don't like the video. If you don't like the video, I appreciate you watching. It's your opinion 1000%. You're entitled to it. Turn your notifications on. You know every time we do a video or when we jump on YouTube Live, which I do, at least 2 times a month. I try to jump on YouTube Live. You can get on a conversation piece with me, ask questions, talk football, all right, and we can have a group discussion. So if you turn your notifications on, you'll know that, right? So subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. Any comment you leave, I always try to get to and respond to your comments, because I appreciate what you guys do for me. I hope your holiday season has got off to a great start. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's healthy. Hope you're going to have a great Christmas. We will continue to roll these videos, as many as we possibly can in the future. Thanks for doing everything you do for me, being a follower, being a subscriber, being loyal to our brand and our content. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. See you next time.